All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Player B podcast. My name is Marcus Mercer, as always, joined by Rob Blevins. Rob, how we doing?
Better not deserve, sir. How about yourself?
I am doing all right. Doing all right. We're
Nice.
seeing the light at the end of the tunnel here, weather wise.
Absolutely.
I think maybe we'll title this episode "Golf Season is Here" because
Right.
we have some 70-degree temperatures on the horizon, and we'll get to it, but maybe around a golf or two coming up here soon.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I say we're also in the Midwest, so you know that just as soon as Mother Nature says we're in the spring, we're probably due for one more
oh yeah,
snowfall or something like that.
oh
So,
yeah,
but
for sure.
but I'll
But
take it.
we'll take it. Yeah, we'll take whatever we
Yeah.
can get here. So
Yeah.
it's yeah, we're beginning March here, and like I said, 70 degrees coming up here this weekend, and I know that we'll get to all this stuff, but we both hit the range a few times, and
Whew.
it's
Yeah.
feels like we're there. So um
Well.
lot kind of we haven't been on here in a couple of weeks. We both had some stuff going on just work wise and
Yeah.
life and all that kind of stuff. So there,
Yeah.
I feel like there's so much that has happened in the
Right.
world of professional golf, and a lot of it is not even necessarily on the golf course. It seems like
Right. Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah. That's been what I would say. I'm about 100% sure I know what you're alluding to. The whole Phil comments and how yeah, in the span of our last recording and now, it's like Phil went from being a lovable guy to being probably like public enemy number one,
yeah,
which is crazy.
it's kind of unbelievable to think that the one of the most lovable guys, as you said, in golf, and reigning major champion from last year and all that
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
stuff has really kind of burned almost every bridge he possibly had in a
Yeah.
span of about 2 or 3 weeks with this Saudi golf and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah,
um
he didn't do himself many favors with the comments that he made, and just I mean, even it was probably a few episodes ago when he was just talking about just off the wall ideas that he wanted, and so it's like now you kind of look back at it, and you're like, well, the writing was on the wall.
yeah,
Like we saw how this movie was going to end,
we should have seen
but
this
yeah,
coming, but it's, I mean, we talked about it a little bit last time, but
yeah,
I guess the thing that I find most maybe amazing is that we found out last night as we're sitting here recording this that he didn't actually win the PIP money
yeah,
that he claimed he won, and as it
yeah,
probably should have been, Tiger won, and Tiger delivered
yeah,
maybe the tweet of the year, which will get him
yeah,
another a PIP win in 2022 as well, just off of that one
yeah.
tweet alone.
March,
So
yeah, early March, he's already got it wrapped up. Yeah,
he
but yeah.
if I'm sure everybody's seen it, but he screenshotted Phil's tweet about, sorry to all the losers or whatever that,
Yeah,
doubted me for winning the PIP money and blah, blah, blah. And he just said, oops, with some eyeball emojis. And it
yeah.
was a
And he's not a
dagger.
big, and he's not a big guy on Twitter where he's like constantly poking and or
Right.
posting stuff. It's like so for him to do that is it's usually it's like, oh, okay, Tiger, has some long comment about how he's recovering nicely or whatever it may be. But yeah, just to have this like dig, it's like, oh man.
Yeah. He
So
delivered one tweet and it was a dagger. So
yeah,
it's,
yeah,
I don't know where Phil goes from here. I mean, he's taken some time away from golf, as he said, but
yeah.
it's, I, you
Not
know,
not not
he's
sure when we'll see him again.
he's got some bridges to repair. And Rory came out today and said, he deserves a second chance and all that kind of stuff, which is what it is. But
Yeah,
it's, I mean, he's kind of on an island right now. There's not many people in his corner, considering he's lost
no.
about all of his sponsors. And
And
yeah,
Callaway hit the pause button on him. Yeah, so it'll be interesting on the PIP side of things though. Like I know different players have kind of come out of the woodwork and talked about it. I guess how just a punch in the gut is it that Tiger Woods won it when like some people went to these like painstaking levels of trying to get noticed and do different things out of their comfort zone. And Tiger doesn't even take a swing in a round of golf and he wins it. So if it's like, if he wins it this year, it's like, well, what? It's almost like, well, what do you got to do to beat this guy? It's like him golfing in his prime. But now it's like, for the pit money, it's like, well, based on their algorithm, what do I have to do to beat Tiger? Because he didn't even play, and he won $8 million.
Yeah, and a lot of people think it's just like a social media award. I saw a lot of tweets like, how is Max Homa not in the top 10? It's like, well,
right,
he's great on social media, but it's not just a Twitter award. So
right.
Another thing I saw was think about they released, which first of all, I didn't think they were going to release the list. So I don't know where that came from.
I think it came from Phil's comments where they were like, okay, you want to stand up on your pedestal and say you won. You didn't. Here you go.
Here you go. Well, so anyway, maybe I missed something, but I didn't know that they were going to release that. So that came out of nowhere for me. But then, I saw the comment somewhere on Twitter or something like that it said, think about this. It's like a guy like Patrick Cantlay who won 3 times last year and won the playoff at the end of the year and made X amount of dollars, and he's not even in the top 10. So it's like, what do you have to do to kind of drive the ship? And then there's guys like DJ who I don't think he won last year, and he doesn't do a whole lot on social media and all that kind of stuff. So
no, and if he does, it's not him hitting send. It's like his guy,
team or whatever. But
because he's not smart enough to use a smartphone, so he's.
But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a weird criteria, but I mean, everybody kind of. Always jokingly said, you heard a lot of, side comments like we should, like if Tiger doesn't win this award, what are we even doing here?
Yeah.
Because he drives the ship. So just give him the money. So,
and they did. I mean,
and they did
even hit. Yeah. Even without hitting a shot, he changed it.
So I guess my question is, if you're Phil, why do you come out and say that? I guess he thought that they weren't going to release it, so there was no.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, he was kind of going on the side of like, well, PGA said they're not going to show the results, so why not try to stir the pot a little bit, thinking the PGA is not going to go back on it. And then after his comments on how he basically wants to screw over the PGA, they're like, all right, we'll handle this.
Yeah,
well, you didn't win, and then I wonder how much legitimacy is the results. Like, did he actually come in first? And then because of these results, were they like, sorry, got to knock you down a peg, and Tiger won. So
I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Phil. I like Phil a lot, but the last couple of weeks, I should say I used to like Phil a lot. It's like, man, what are you doing?
Tough guy to root for.
It's like I just don't understand how you come out and say that, and everybody. The tour players themselves would have known that he didn't win it, because I'm sure they were talking about it, but it's like now that that's released, it's like, okay, Phil, so you're just completely full of it.
It's like, it's been a bad month for Phil. It hasn't been a great month for Phil.
But the part I think about with Phil the most is that he's been going down this whole road of setting himself up for broadcast after he's done playing, and like all that's out the window now. It's
gone.
Just,
it's
just crazy.
But I mean, it's one of those things, and they kind of alluded to this on one of the most recent No Laying Ups podcast, where they were talking about like when we'll see Phil again, and like you see him at Augusta, and they were like, no, you don't want to see, like they're not going to let that come in.
Yeah.
And they even said like, well, they let Tiger come back when he was going through all his stuff. So it's kind of like yours. And now look at how much Tiger did all of that and got just mown down, which rightfully so. So now you wonder like, okay, Phil, it's pretty bad, but can he come back from it?
It's not like he
by any stretch of the imagination, but not a good look.
It's just like, what are you doing?
Just stop it.
Yeah, just stop. But
Yeah.
yeah, so anyway, who knows? I didn't really watch any of the golf last weekend, but I was kind of following all this Tiger Phil stuff, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
I guess we got the Arnold Palmer Invitational this weekend, so
Yeah.
we got some.
Yeah. I watched a little bit of the golf, but I didn't plan on it just because I thought like Berger's got like a 6-shot lead or 5-shot lead or whatever it was. And then my wife and I were out and about, and on the radio I heard a like update, and like
Yeah.
Berger and Lowry are tied, and I'm like on the day, like, and I'm like, no, and then you're like, oh yeah, he blew it early. I'm like,
He didn't even
okay, so,
he blew a 5-shot lead before the turn on Sunday.
yeah,
I did see that.
So I watched the last few holes, and I'm like, imagine having a 5-shot lead and then having to eagle the 72nd hole just to get into a playoff. I'm like, yikes.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it was just one of those things. He made some very early bogeys, and
yeah,
the guys caught up to him, and it's just But
I think the guy that won shot like 66, and it's like, okay, on a tough golf course, it's not like, I mean, he still shot 74, I think I saw. So I mean, the guy went out there and shot a good number. So it's like, all right, hats off to you.
Yeah. But yeah, Arnold Palmer this weekend. We got the Florida Swing going on, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah,
maybe following a little bit of that on Sunday afternoon. But who knows? So,
no Bryson to try to drive the par 5. No Bryson this year, so I don't know. Eyeballs are just not going to be glued to the TV for that.
Yeah. Who knows what is up with him? I mean, he's at one point he was
and then decommitted.
Yeah,
he's all over the place.
He was the poster boy for the Super Golf League, the Saudi League, and then he came out and said he wasn't going over there, and now he's hurt and not playing. I don't know. We'll see. It's Bryson's being Bryson, I guess, is the best way to put it. So.
A lot of drama on the PGA Tour. A lot of drama.
Right. Like I said, a lot of it's off the course. So, but we have our own golf coming up here very shortly. We met up at the range earlier this week. I know you were at the range yesterday a little bit, and trying to get out to, we're lucky enough to have a couple ranges that are open year round here. So I know you were out there yesterday, and you saw some characters out at the range. Boy. So I need to hear the story. What were these guys working on? Looking like Tin Cup apparently with all their devices.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I'm all for when you go to the range, have a purpose, have a plan, but boy, these guys, I tried to record him as much as I could on my phone, but I got kind of caught one time. I think I sent you the video. This guy was just working on like shallowing his swing out. I'm like, all right, that makes sense. And I hear this like Velcro rip. And I'm like, what? And he has the like this belt on that has these huge foam pads to get his arms to come down instead of coming over the top. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I bet in 30 minutes, the guy hit 5 golf balls. Like I'd see him, he was like pumping the downswing, and then he'd like exaggerate stuff. I'm like, well, when he hits one, like I'm intrigued. I want to see where this ball goes. And he just hits like Hosel Rocket City straight right. And I'm like, excellent. And just him and his buddy were just like all over the place. They had like tripods stood up. Obviously if you guys follow my account, I post, I record my swing, so I'm completely fine with that. So that way, you know what you're doing. Yeah. But I mean, the guy just had like a staff bag, new Titleist irons, and he's just wearing out the hosel of these things. So that was on one side. And I don't know if I told you this story. I don't know if I told you this story or not, but then on the other side, I had a couple guys come up. And I heard this guy go, man, I got this new driver, this new ping driver. And I was hitting it in a simulator, and I was crushing it. And so I'm like, all right, I'm going to watch this. I
gotta see what this guy's got now.
Yeah. And he's taking the plastic off of the ping driver. So I'm like, okay, this is like brand new. And so he's like, yeah, I was crushing it, 300, I'm hitting it 3 bills, this, that, and the other. And so I pretended that I was like changing my clubs and looking around. And he dumps out his whole bucket of balls in that little tray next to the mat. tees one up, and he was kind of doing the waggle thing. So I'm like, all right, well, he's not going to hit right away. So I went to go get something out of my bag, and I hear what I thought was a shotgun going off. And I look up, and there's just golf balls going everywhere. He had swung, missed the intended ball that he went to hit, and hit the tray of loose balls, and balls were just going all over the place. So he immediately is like, F-bombs, his buddy's cracking up. He's on the ground laughing. I'm trying not to laugh, but it's absolutely hilarious. And he just looks at the bottom of his driver, and there's like scratches, dents, stuff all over the place. I'm like, oh, and I'm like, the ping driver, I'm like, is probably $500, $600. And I mean, that thing lasted a swing, and it was just done. And I wanted so badly, just like, hey man, that'll buff out. You're good. Like it was so bad. He immediately went to the irons and wedges after that, but it was brutal. It was a good range session to work on outside distractions, because I had two absolute groups of pure chachas on each side of me. So it was.
How does that happen? Your first swing. Oh my gosh. That like hurts.
Plastic.
Yeah, it like hurts my soul.
Yeah, I got a little sick to my stomach, but then I just kind of.
Then you have to laugh, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't my club, so I don't care. But yeah, it was good for people watching. But yeah, got some good work in. Just kind of working on the same stuff as we've talked about. So yeah. How about you? Your range sessions probably haven't been nearly as eventful. So
no, but it made me think. I feel like we could do an episode on range stories. I can't remember if I told you last year I was at golf club at Dublin on the range there, and some guy, I don't even know how he hit it, but I'm left-handed, so I am facing, a lot of other players. We're not necessarily front to back or whatever, so I'm looking down the range. And this kid, I think he hit a hosel rocket, but he hit it right at me, and it bounced off my foot and he just looked up. His face turned pale white, and he was just like, "I am so sorry." It was like probably some 20-something-year-old kid.
Yeah,
and he looked like he was like, "Oh no, this dude's gonna come after me or something." Yeah. I just looked at him. I was like, "How's that even possible?" Yeah, Tales from the Range, man. Maybe that'll be a segment we can do here.
Yeah, and I have plenty of stories, especially from my teaching days, of what I've seen on the lesson tee and what I've walked away from and walked in on. So yeah, it could be a multi-part episode.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to get some listener submissions here. Message us on Instagram or something and give us your stories. But I met up with you at up in Dublin there and hit some balls, and gone up to Westerville a few times, met up with some folks out there, some guests. We had Alex on from Precision Pro, so shout out Alex. He'll probably be listening to this on his way to Cincinnati here soon. But yeah, just I don't know. We talk about practicing with a purpose and things like that, and I think I told you the other day, it's like my biggest objective when I'm on the range is to kind of pick a target and try and hit it at that target. It's hard to work on distance control and things like that on the range, but if I know I'm hitting it on the right line, then I'm doing something right, and I'm usually not hitting it on that line, but I'm attempting to. So
that's why they sell the jumbo bucket.
Yeah, exactly, right. So yeah, I don't know, been working on some different ball flights, keeping it lower, and things like that. So trying to hit the wind beater a little bit rather than the high spinny cut that I've been known to hit before. So but yeah, it's just good to get out there and swing.
I agree.
Had a few days in the 60s, so you can get outside and not be under the heat lamps and all that kind of stuff. So I went when I was there last night. The person that was in that bay before me turned it on and didn't turn it off. So I was in there and I was just sweating. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's
So
funny. You turn it on and you start swinging, and then it's like, okay, I don't need this anymore.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
um,
It's funny you mentioned that with the distance, like with the range. That's kind of what I basically focus on too. Is like those range balls usually don't have dimples. They've been hit so often,
yeah,
so it's like anything from like I don't know, like 70 yards and in. Obviously, like that's probably accurate on the number side of it of distance and yardage. But as soon as you start hitting anything with some speed and like compressing the golf ball, I don't put much stock in anything over like 100 yards. Like I'm like, all right, I hit it well, I hit it in the center, and then just going
yeah.
from there.
Yeah,
So
how did it feel when you made contact, and is
right,
it on the right line that you're going for?
yeah,
Because my depth perception is so bad, and there's you
oh
go to
yeah,
these ranges, there's a million golf balls out there. It's like I don't know where that thing hit. Did it
right,
hit 20 yards behind the flag that I'm aiming at? Did it hit 5
right,
yards
yeah,
behind? Who knows? I don't know. So,
yeah, yeah,
um, but yeah, it's interesting to see. And I mean, I was out at Westerville Golf Center, and it's like you get these nice days, and you can't find a mat. Like, and that place is
yeah,
huge. You go out there, and I waited almost a
yeah.
half an hour the other day for a mat out there. So
Wow,
it's
wow,
people are excited, man. People are
yeah,
excited for golf season, and even just the hint of nice weather. So
yeah, yeah. I
it's
say people get the itch and they want to get out there. I mean, that's why we do it. So yeah,
exactly,
but
exactly.
yeah,
So
well, I mean,
you
we're out there for a reason. So we want to get better. We got goals that we set. So I mean, that's part of it. So we got to
I
get
was gonna
work.
say, speaking of goals, I know you posted a few videos and you're doing some speed training.
Oh,
How's that going? I know you're taking the sticks over to your gym there, and
yeah. I get some looks at the gym when I bust those out, but I'm like, whatever. There's enough weird exercises that people probably do that this isn't bad. But yeah, it definitely gets some looks. I got the super speed golf sticks, the ones that had been collecting dust in the closet in the staff bag. I decided to get those back out and do that. I don't know. I'm still pretty early in the program, but I've got I think 1.5 weeks under my belt, and so there's some gains to be had on what I've done. Yeah, it's pretty mind blowing how sore you are the next day because it's like. All right, like you do a little warm up, you do your swings right and left handed, but it's like they encourage you to go like all out on every single swing. And it's like, so you factor in like, okay, 3 right-handed, 3 left-handed of 3 sticks. And then you do another drill, right, left-handed, 3 sticks. And then you cool back down and you do the same thing. So I'm like, you're making a ton of swings and you're going all out, which like you never do on the golf course. So yeah, I've tracked it and I'm getting a couple miles an hour here and there. And so it'll be good to actually stay with it and kind of see what it relates to, when we're actually hitting it and going to go find it. So
yeah, and I've never done any speed training, but I know seeing videos you've been posting and things like that. I mean,
yeah,
you said you're sore. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, you're taking some swings left-handed. You're using muscles that
right,
you probably never use in your regular golf swing. So
right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's pretty. You have to make sure that you got open area around you because you don't know. My first lefty swing, I'm like, I might hit the ceiling because I don't think I've ever swung all out left-handed. I'm like, I don't know. I know I have control over swinging it righty, but lefty, I don't really trust
just make
my
sure you don't
safe zone here.
send one of those sticks through the window there,
Well, yeah,
at your gym.
yeah,
So,
not getting that deposit back if I do that. Like I just
whew,
walk out.
yeah, there you
So
go. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I know, yeah, like I said, I know you've been doing that and doing some lefty swings. I know you're doing some swings on your knees. That's got to be pretty hard. I mean, no
yeah,
legs and all core.
yeah,
It's got
that
to
and
be
then
tough.
the exercise ball. Like I about broke my ankle trying to do that. I'm like, yep, I'm not going to do these. I'm like, I'm just going to stick to those. And if I see minimal gains is least gains. So
I'd like to be able to actually play golf this year, not be in a walking
right,
boot.
right, yeah,
uh,
exactly.
yeah, that's cool. We'll see. Hopefully that we'll add a handful of yards there to the
Yeah, I
to
got
the
to be
big
up there
stick.
hitting it with you. So I can't be the short knocker in the group. So
Well, as I've learned, it's not necessarily always about distance. Distance is nice, but if you can find it, that's probably more important. And so I don't always find
Possibly.
it. So,
Yeah.
so we'll
Well,
see.
we got
But
some upcoming golf, so yeah, we got to make sure that the game is in tip top shape. So we'll see.
speaking of, we have some golf planned.
Segway. Yep.
Yes, segue alert. We actually have quite a bit of golf planned. I would say already. I know.
Yeah.
We both have some golf. I am playing this Sunday, first round of the year alert, going out to Darby
Hats off to
Creek,
you.
and
Yeah.
like I said, the high of 71 right now on Sunday. I might get a passing shower, but nothing we can't play through. So
Right.
can't pass
And
up.
I saw it's gonna be windy, so you can work on that flighted
Perfect
shot that you're practicing. So,
Yeah,
perfect.
I'm such a good wind and rain player,
Right.
so it should pan out pretty well first round of the year.
Right.
So can't see how anything would go wrong there.
Yeah, that'll be fun though. Get out
But
there and swing the sticks and hit it and go find it. So
hit it and go find it. That's it. Yeah, just it'll be nice to get outside and not be
yeah.
freezing, freezing
Yeah.
cold. But yeah, playing Derby this Sunday, get a little league preview, see if they made any changes to the course. I don't think they did.
Yeah,
but,
good call.
You never know.
Hey, never know. New tee box,
Yeah.
maybe change some green contours. You never know.
That's right. I don't
Major
think
renovations.
I don't think they dug up any greens, but
No.
who am I to know?
We'll find out.
So yeah, we have that coming up, and then we are playing in the St. Patty's Day 2-man scramble at the Virtues. We got in on that, so
Yeah, go out and win the damn thing.
I mean, we might as well.
Yeah,
Just
right.
hopefully it's not a blizzard like it was for you 2 years ago. So
yeah, hopefully we have good weather for that. But yeah, make sure for the Central Ohio folk, just make sure you sign up for that. It's always a fun event. And I'm sure there's still spots available because there's not that many people that are crazy enough to play that time. So, but yeah, sign up. It's always a fun event. So yeah, make sure you either call or check out Virtues and sign up. But yeah, we're playing in that. We'll see what the weather's like. But.
And I know you mentioned they have a nice St. Patty's Day brunch or lunch or whatever beforehand.
Like lunch
so
buffet.
Can't beat that. But I know there's been quite a few messages going back and forth about this because I know we have some friends playing in that one. John and Ryan coming down from Cleveland, and maybe, just maybe, we'll get them on the podcast afterward to recap how it went.
Yeah.
But,
you got some schmucks asking for shots in a scramble. So
I was going to get to that. I mean, we got a little side match going with them since we requested to play with them. They'll be happy to hear that we're talking about this on the podcast. So we're giving them strokes in a 2-man scramble, but it is what it is. So I keep telling them, I said, man, I've been going to the range and I'm hitting the ball all over the place. There's no reason I should be giving strokes in a scramble. But here we are.
Yeah.
So
it'll be that much more fun when we beat them. So it'll be fun.
Exactly. So yeah, that'll be fun. We got that coming up here, and I guess it's about 2 weeks away. So it'll be good to
before you know it.
Get out there and play. And then first weekend in April, we're going up and like we kind of hinted at earlier, we're doing we got 3 rounds booked with the Penn Ohio Golf Trail up there. So
huge shout out to them for helping us get organized and putting us up, and we get to play some courses. I've played very little golf up in Northeast Ohio, so super excited to get up there and check some courses off our list. So should be fun.
Yeah, they did. They did send us over the itinerary, which is exciting. We just got that. But playing 3 courses that I've never played before. So, and we're playing. I'm pulling it up now. It looks like we're playing Pine Lakes. We're playing Youngstown Country Club and Avalon Lakes. So, pumped to get out there and play those courses. I've heard really good things about Youngstown Country Club, and I think when Bill was on, he was telling us about Pine Lakes a little bit. So, hey, can't complain. Excited. ready to get up there and
Yeah.
play some early April golf. So
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, weather. Yeah, it'll be kind of. We'll see, because I know that we were talking about what weekend would work for us, and life's getting in the way for golf, and we're like, well, we could probably do it this weekend, and that. So yeah, I'm glad it worked out, and it should be a good time. It's always fun to play courses you haven't played before.
Yeah, so we're doing 36 on Saturday, then 18 on Sunday morning, and then we're heading back down here to Columbus. But yeah, we'll have some content coming out of there. I know we're going to record some podcasts after the rounds and play some different games and all that kind of stuff. Just have some fun with it, and hopefully
it'll be exciting.
Hopefully you don't beat me too bad. So
that's why you get handicaps, Marcus.
That's why I see now I'm asking for strokes.
Right.
So.
Right.
Funny how that works.
That's fine. That's fine. But yeah, that'll be. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun. And then we got men's league starting up. We got the little happy hour with the guys. What day was that? Sometime in end of March, to kind of go over some changes. So yeah, then we'll be out at Derby once a week, trying to better our performance from last year. So yeah, we got some fun stuff coming up on the calendar. Looking forward to.
Yeah, and even in May, I think we have a trip booked in May as well. It sounds like so.
I completely I was like, I know we got more that we were talking about. Yeah.
We have plenty more because you got invited to a member guest this week as well. So
I did. That's exciting. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I know we had certain goals for the handicap, but I think we might just have to keep that handicap nice and cozy where it's at right now for that. But yeah, NCR, it'll be fun.
When is that one?
It is June.
There you go.
8th. Yeah, June 8th. So yeah, we got May. We got a bunch of guys going to Lexington, playing the Kentucky courses that the University of Kentucky plays. We had a big group that like we've said on the podcast before, when you plan a group, everybody's willing to say, when it comes down to pay, all of a sudden those numbers drop drastically. Yeah. So I think the goal was originally to have 20 to 24 guys. I think the guy who's organizing it said he has 8 deposits, 8 of 20 to 24. So hopefully
I'm one that have not.
Numbers.
I'm one that has not paid that deposit yet. So
yes, I was glad I used this platform to call you out.
Peer pressure. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was funny. So because he was like, I told the golf courses we were going to have roughly this many people. I'm like, I was like, hopefully you locked in that rate, because I'm like, if all of a sudden it's like we were going to have 5 or 6 groups, and now we come strolling into the parking lot with 2 groups. I'm like, that's a little different. So, but yeah, that'll be fun.
That'll be good. I've never I've been to Lexington once, but I've never played any golf or anything like that. So it'll be
same. Yeah, so it'll be fun.
It'll be good to get down there and play that. And then I'm assuming we'll find some rounds here or there on the weekend and get out and play occasionally. So lots of golf to be played. I know we were planning some things, and it's like, man, the weekends are just filling up quickly here, and it's we're not even out of February yet. So
I know. Yeah, it was pretty crazy how quick my wife and I think it was last weekend, might have been this past weekend, we just basically sat down, and she was like, we have so much going on, and she runs a bunch of races and has training and stuff for those races. And she's like, you have a ton of golf. She's like, let's put it all on there. So we basically just laid out every weekend.
Yeah.
And we're like, all right, what do we have this weekend? What do we have this weekend? And then she was like, you have a lot of golf. And it's a lot of golf when I even say, that is a lot of golf. Because normally it's like, no, honey, that's not, realistically, that's not that much golf. It's like, no, that is a lot of golf on the books. So
hey, we need to create content. So
exactly. Yeah. I have to.
Yeah. For this podcast that we don't get paid for.
Right. It's for the brand. Yeah. It's for the brand. Trust me. I don't want to play golf, but it's just something I have to do. We do a podcast for important people.
Man, well, There we go. So
Yeah.
yeah, lots of golf coming up here. Hopefully we'll have, like I said, I'm running out of stuff to post on Instagram. I got to get some
Right.
more stuff to post. So
I was going to ask, are you guys traveling anywhere? Because usually it's hey Marcus, what's going on? You're like, oh, I'm in insert random state here, and you and Kels go somewhere and play. So I don't know if you guys are going anywhere or
we
doing anything on the books.
we do we have a little weekend trip coming up here planned to New Orleans.
Of course.
I may be getting some golf in there here in a couple of
Excellent.
weeks. And then still trying to get down to North Carolina here in June. I think
Yeah.
my dad may actually be hopping in on that. I told him about
There
it.
we
He
go.
was like, golf? Yeah, okay. so maybe getting down. I got Tobacco Road circled, man. That's what I gotta get to. So
do you have any places in New Orleans you're wanting to check off, or just kind of see what?
I don't know. I haven't really looked much. I took a brief look a couple weeks ago just to see, but haven't really given it much thought. So that maybe looking to book something here shortly. So
well, anybody listening, if you guys got any, because I'm not too familiar with much down that way.
Yeah.
So if anyone's listening, shoot us a message or comment and let us know what courses should Marcus try to play?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, need some suggestions in the New Orleans area. We won't have a car, so I'll probably be Ubering to the course if
excellent.
If we can make that happen. So it's got to be within Uber range of downtown New Orleans. So But yeah, and you have at some point you're going to be heading up to Michigan, I know, for a round. I don't know if it's scheduled yet or not, but you have a nice round.
That's good to have that up, your ace up your sleeve. It's it's not like it's like some uni that you're just hanging on to. It's like, no, we have that. So we want to make sure that we do it right. We don't try to force it into a quick weekend or anything like that. So we kind of talked about maybe doing something in next year when we can plan it all and not just the golf, like not just try to squeeze it in. So hopefully that works itself out. And we kind of make a long trip of it. Probably let's try to do like a week and a half up there. It'll be. I've
heard nothing but good things about northern Michigan and summertime and all that kind of stuff, but Arcadia looks pretty awesome. So
it does. It's gonna be hard to not try to like burn that like Hail Mary first play of the game. Like I'm like, God, really? We have to wait next year? Like probably makes more sense so we can get the full enjoyment out of it, but we'll see what happens. So
just builds up the anticipation. So
I know.
And then the only other thing I can think of, we need to get on the Cleveland Columbus little Ryder Cup match for the fall. So
I think they tentatively had a date set for that, but I'm not sure if we're doing Westbrook.
Not Westfield. How many times did I call it Westfield in that episode of the podcast?
I listened back to that and I was like, wow, he did just go all in on Westfield.
And I just didn't even recognize it or realize I was doing it until the day after. I was listening back and making doing some little edits and things like that. And I was like, holy cow, I just called the course by the wrong name for an hour straight.
I'm sure that they'll be more than happy to have us back.
Yeah.
God, Mark, these guys didn't even know what course they were playing.
There's that idiot that called us by the wrong name for an hour.
Yeah, I think they wanted to do that like early October again, like we did last week. Or last year. So that should be another fun round of golf. So we got plenty of golf planned for 2022. So
plenty of golf planned, a lot to look forward to. Now it's like this is kind of the best time of year. It's like you got the whole golf season in front of you, and it's finally starting to get a little nice out. You got the itch to get out and play, and it's it's time to start gearing up for a little bit of golf here, or a lot of bit of golf.
A lot of bit of golf, based on what we've just been talking about, a lot of bit of golf. So
hey, there's nothing wrong with that. So
not at all.
It is what it is. But we got a lot to look forward to. If anybody has any recommendations down in New Orleans, all ears. And if and we would love to hear some range stories. If you have any range stories, leave us a comment.
Send them our way.
send them our way. We'll talk. We'll read them. We'll talk about them. Maybe we'll have you on and chat about it here first person. So we'd love to share some stories. But yeah, I think we'll keep this one short and sweet, and we'll move on to next week here, and maybe who knows, maybe we'll see Phil come out of hiding, and I'll have some golf to report on.
There we go. Yeah, so we'll need a recap. So perfect. Yeah, give the show a like, a follow. Follow us on Instagram. Follow our handles. Punch Out Golf, Club Tour Ohio, and then obviously our Player B podcast.
There we go
on Instagram. Make sure you give that one a follow, and yeah, make sure you like the podcast so you don't miss an episode. And yeah, we'll keep doing this as long as people keep listening.
Definitely don't be afraid to hit the subscribe button there. We appreciate it. So, but yeah, anyway, we'll reconvene next week and talk about some more golf. So
sounds like a plan to me, Marcus.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Right. Adios.